Oh, they couldn't find it. Hey, man, look at man. I don't know what we was thinking, man. We gotta get this guy back, man. Say, hey, man, look, man, you know, I got a big career going on, so y'all gotta make it worth a while for me to give it up.
Yep, exactly. And they did. I was surprised. I was like, surely they'll just hear this number and go away and keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But they gave me everything I asked for.
Hey, man, congrats, man.
Yeah, thanks. It's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a slightly different job. Before I was just prepping returns. Now they want me to handle like client interactions, advising and stuff.
That's pretty cool, man.
I've been prepping for that. I'll start next week.
Okay, you gotta go in the office?
At least for the first couple of weeks.
Okay.
Things have changed since I've been there. So.
You gotta go check it out.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing the same color. You're doing a new office cut.
Ooh. I think we'll do the same, but I think I got a little too much up
Too
there.
much length up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
If we can bring that down a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
And maybe just shape up the beard. I like the length. The mustache is a little too long.
Okay.
But
You just want to take the bulk off the mustache, but leave everything else?
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you want to just clean it up, or you like how it's really?
Let's clean it up a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. I feel like the on my chin is really long and wild, but here it's not as bad.
Okay.
On
So
the
you're more
sides.
concerned about the front,
Yeah, like the goatee.
not the side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Goatee's getting a little big comparatively.
Yeah. Well, that's what's up, man. Hold on, real quick. I got these old man feet. I was, when I was with lunch, took my shoes off.
I feel it though.
Yeah, boy. Put these shoes back on, cause the hair. I tried working with these on, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the hair get all in them, man. They comfortable.
So you just get itchy feet.
Yeah, they get in the socks and they get in the, but these are comfortable, man.
They look comfy,
Bro. They comfy, bro. I was at the store, I seen them. They was like $10, right? $10.
Yo, that's a
Great, yeah. $10, right? And they changed. And bro, look at that. Just let me push.
That's an issue.
And usually I'm not a slides or flip flop guy. But I was in there, let me try them on. I put them on my feet. I was like, yo, this is crazy. They got the crevices for your feet, like a little indents right here.
Nice little, they sit
In
nice.
between your toes. So I tried working with them. And yeah, man.
Not enough coverage.
Yeah, the hair was getting, hair be everywhere, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but these are like, so I come to work in them. Right when I finish, I take them off, put my feet in them, give my feet a little rest.
Man, that's nice. Might have to give me a pair for the office. See how comfy they let me
Man.
get. Shoot.
But that's my life right now. That man back in the finances.
Yeah, it's gonna be
You still gonna do the houses on the sale?
Yeah, I think so on the side. The cool thing is if you have your real estate broker's license, you can use that to help like people buy and sell businesses. So, and I know my old boss was very interested in that. Like he was doing it like a little bit, wanting a customer that needs it.
So you talk about commercial properties and stuff like that?
Not just commercial properties, but like, hey, I've had this manufacturing firm for 20 years. My kids don't want it. I'm ready to retire. Help me
Sell it.
Like the whole business.
Damn.
So like, all right, I'm like right there. I think I could sit for the broker's exam this year if I wanted to.
Do you gotta have a certain amount of hours before you get?
You have to have had your license for 2 years, and then you have to sit for a broker's course. It's like a 45-hour course, so you can get it done in a week. But on top of a full-time job, that's gonna be tough.
So you could actually just get
get your real estate license. Don't even need to sell a house. Just have it for 2 years and you just go straight for the broker.
Nothing's stopping you.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think that's what my accounting boss did. I think he got his real estate license about the time I did, just so he could get those 2 years and get it to a broker so he can do it all himself. Because last time he tried it, he had to like pay this dude to use his license to buy and sell businesses, and the guy was just slow, like delaying deals by not signing stuff.
Yeah.
It was bad. So he's like, let me cut out the middleman and go straight for it. So I'm like, if I can also have this license, because he's about near retirement age, so he need to slow down.
Yeah.
Like I can take that piece of it and make more money in a year or two. Well, to say, I'll keep it active, do some stuff on the side, might try and look at.
Do you gotta renew it? I don't think I renew it.
Yeah, every 2 years you have to renew.
Is it a test or you just renew it?
You have to take continuing education.
Okay.
It's not that much. It's like 14 hours total. I'm like,
You gotta take your test afterwards, or?
depends on where you go. Most of them will have like a little test. But mostly it's just like, here, take this online course, pass a little tiny 5-question comprehension exam after each section, and then, you know, they turn it into accounting. They're all mostly just cash grants. Here's a refresher on what you should know. Give us 3, 4,
Come to
5
find
hours.
out, since I've been having my license for so long, I don't have to do it no more.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
I have to do no more tests, man.
that's amazing.
So in barbering, it's like if you had your license for like 10 years, you don't have to do no more continuing education.
That's crazy.
I didn't even know that.
That's amazing. The CPAs, I think it's forever. Like, we have some of the guys that's been in the firm, like, or been in accounting for like 40 years, and they're still every year like, oh, I did my continuing education over here. You guys should grab this course. All of that. At least those are the emails I remember. So it's crazy that you can just hit a cap and like, yeah, you should know. Like, it don't make any sense for most of those dudes to still be doing continuing education. Yeah, timing's pretty perfect on this because we have a couple like expensive home projects we got to do now. Like our kitchen floor is messed up. We had a AC,
Money coming right on time.
So the AC backed up and put water all over the floor for like at least 2 days. So like there's like it's supposed to be like a device in there that when it senses, oh, there's too much water backing up in your drain line, it cuts off your AC. That was broken, so it never sensed it. And the water was coming under the floor, so we didn't notice it till I took a step in the kitchen and heard it squish. So my floor is warped beyond reason in the kitchen. So I'm like, dang, I gotta replace my floor. I guess I gotta go, sell a house and have it closed quick. Now with this job, I'm like, all right, cool. I'll just, in a couple weeks, we should be able to take care of that. So I feel like, oh, all this stuff that would have kicked down the road, it'll be cool if we change this out, that out. We can just start doing it now.
Start doing it, huh?
What I really love is pay off this car that we just bought and go replace the second one. I've always had that car for like 10 years.
Which one? Right out there?
No. We have a Hyundai, I think, Elantra.
Okay.
The one out there is that one we bought whenever my daughter was born that year, so 2 years ago.
Okay.
But the payment on that, I'm like, I can't carry 2 of those. That's too much. I'm not going to be that comfortable. So
Yeah.
we can focus so much more, because she works full time too. Like we can focus so much of our cash on paying out the credit cards, paying this guy off. We can replace that one because it's getting up there. So like mechanically it runs solid, but it's been doing this thing where like at night the headlights will just like flicker
a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Or electrical issues.
Yeah. So like great, that's the harder part to fix. Like, 'cause I guess most mechanics don't really mess with the electrical too much. It's like, oh, do you need a new battery or a new alternator? But if it comes into like the wiring,
Yeah.
you gotta go find a specialist. The car is so old, I'm like, do I really want to pay a specialist?
I mean, it's the point how much it is.
Yeah. 'Cause I'm like,
I mean,
we had a friend in our church that does mechanic.
yeah.
He's a mechanic. He has his own shop. And he was like, if what I think is wrong, it's going to be like $800, but that's to take everything out and see if I'm right. Like the amount of work he has to do to go and then look is so much.
Yeah.
We're talking about $800 to pull everything out and look at it. I'm like, if that's the friend discount, when I go find a specialist, how much is he going to charge?
Well, I mean, it's better than a brand new
Better than a brand new
$30,000 condo.
Because them things ain't nice.
With the rates now, man.
Oh, they are
You know
disgusting.
what they're going on now, so unless you want to go get your old Tesla, man.
Yeah. If you really think about it, like, for like, for some reason, I don't know if you saw the Ford Mustang, the electric
Oh,
ones.
my client got one of those. She just got that thing, bro.
They're selling for like half price used. So you can go get a 21 or 22 for like 30K, 32K.
Damn.
When brand new, they're like 60 some odd, 70 grand. And like, they ain't changed the technology that much in 2-3 years.
I think the only thing about the cars is because of they don't hold that. Somebody was telling me the reason why they do that is because the battery life on those. Because they cost so much to replace the battery. So you gotta be, yeah, I think the only thing was telling me about the car.
Yes, it's like the miles wear different.
Yeah, it's not even about the miles, but even if you let it sit, it's like the battery on the cars that the electric car depreciates so much faster because of battery life. So you know, like a battery, say a battery is like 10 grand, up to 15 grand, 20 grand. But it's no fixing the battery. You literally have to
Just get a brand new battery.
So it's like if you're gonna get a so I thought, oh, okay, so you know, it's like if you get an electric car, you might as well get a brand new electric car just because of the battery.
Yeah. Or somehow find one where nothing's gone wrong.
Or you don't know how much they don't use the battery. It's like hard to tell. Like one client on a Tesla, and he had a faulty battery. He bought the car brand new, and he had a warranty on it, and they replaced the battery. And the battery was like $15,000. But since the car was on the warranty, he bought it from Tesla. They replaced it.
Yeah, that's good.
So that's the issue with these used like electric cars.
You gotta go watch out for the battery.
Batteries. Because at the end of the day, that's the most expensive thing on the car.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much just like a battery and drivetrain, so.
Yeah. It's kind of like why Apple computers are so much. It's like the battery life is good, the battery ain't go bad in it. So, kind of like that's the reason why people like Apple cars.
I used to her laptop for like 15 years.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
still running.
Huh?
Yeah, her still running pretty good.
Something like that.
Her MacBook.
Yeah, bro, like they run forever. Bro. It's crazy.
The only thing she can't do is like update to the new operating system.
Yeah.
She just doesn't have the like computing power to handle it. But as long as you do everything in like Google Docs and stuff, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Was your old boss or something, or?
Yeah. So, the old accounting firm had like one of the partners died earlier this year, like January, February. So they had reached out in like March about just doing some tax work on the side a little bit, just to like help them out. So I was like, oh yeah, sure, I can use the extra cash. And in that time period that I was gone, they brought back an old employee. He was only there when I was there for like a year, but he was one of their top guys when he was there. He came back to like run the day-to-day, operations. So he had called a few weeks ago. Was like, hey, I enjoy working with you in the meantime. Like, what would it take to get back? So like, I knew my old boss didn't want me back since I left. But I was like, it's just not for me right now. For those years. Yeah. So then the new guy was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go aggressively chase him. They pretty much have been aggressively chasing me since I came back to do side work. They keep making jokes about it, but he finally was like, all right, no, for real, what's the number? So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Might as well.
You know how good you gotta be for a company chasing you like that for years?
It's crazy.
You know how great you are, man?
Like,
that's what's up.
it's still wild. I don't understand how it worked or how I did this. I'm like, I love you and telling people.
Well, I think it's. What you mean?
Like if someone asks, like, oh, how did you get, so much more money after leaving? Like, I don't know, man. I was good at my job when I was there.
I think a lot of times it's not about. I learned, man, from working with like a lot of different people. Either you skimp out and get somebody that can work less, but it's so hard to work with them. It's not even worth the money you're saving. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you work more than anything. Like you literally work more than you with your family. Like we do this more than anything. Like literally trying to make money to give to the family, but you literally 10 hours to 8 hours out your day without counting sleep. You're with other people to make money. So somebody's like, yo, 50, man, let's double it up. If it's 150, let's double it up, because just the comfort level, if we're gonna be here for 12 hours, let's make sure we get the most positive 12 hours we can and get the best people. And also, it's like, sometimes it's like what they say, you can have 10 people on staff, but the production is so bad, you could pay the same 5 people instead of 10 and get more production. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, get rid of all 10.
Get rid of all 10, pay these 5, double up. They work so good together, they work like they 15 people. That's how you gotta think like business. You know what I'm saying? We always talk about being payroll, being on salary, like we individual thinking, but they looking at the broad picture like, yo, we need to create this engine. We need the best engine possible, and that's gonna drive up the capital. Like we might not see it now, but that's how I view it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
The investment is.
Yeah.
And he had talked a bit about that, like the one coming in.
Yeah, it's like a house, but it's like real estate, bro. You put the same built home. The value determines where it's at. Okay, but a person, I say, yo, I'd rather spend the $300K and have the same house in this location than to spend $200K in the house and be in a fucked up location. And that's how people see employees, bro.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, just work well with others, I guess, is really what it is. Like,
yeah.
I think like the most important part is like I didn't leave on a F all y'all, I'm out. It was like, I wanted to make sure we were cool. I stayed longer to help train the person that was going to take over my job.
Yeah.
Than I could have. Like I legit could have told them, hey, I'm out in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Y'all figure it out. But
I think it's more than that. When they say they like working with you, bro, let me tell you something about purpose, man. Bro, it's hard for them to find people they like working with because they have such a level. Like for you to even vibe with a person at a certain level, that's rare to come across. It's the reason why they're in that position, and a lot of people think. You know what I'm saying? It's like to be able to connect. They're like, damn, this dude rare. I worked with a lot of people, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Rare gems, man, and people that own company, they need to understand that. Have you ever noticed that like working hard because you work hard doesn't mean you get promoted?
Like I know a couple people, even at this firm, it's like they worked really, really hard. But when we worked together, I could see why they didn't get
Exactly.
bigger raises or promotions.
Exactly. Like working hard is not the answer.
It's like you put in 12 hours to do that. I could have done that in 6. Like
Exactly.
what are you?
Or sometimes a person is only good working by themselves. They're not good working with people. And I can't promote you if I could see that.
Yeah, and there's some people that's not what they want. Like we have one guy at the firm. It's like he is very, very great at pumping out tax returns, complicated ones. We're talking like this is an international company and it's involved in all 50 states and all of this. And he can make it work.
Yeah.
He does not want to talk to clients at all. He's like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to sell. I don't want to. He wants to be locked in his room, do his tax returns and look at me's all day. And they will pay him so much money to do that, but not as much money if he were to go out and like build a book of business for him.
Yeah. It's not his forte.
It's like he knows it, they know it, everybody's cool with the situation.
I'm happy, you happy.
It's the same with realtors too. Like there are sometimes.
Yeah, so the reason why they don't sell.
Yeah, it's like if I'm on the listing side or even on the buying side, like it's happened once where I had to tell a client like, look, this house is great, or could be great. You know, you do X, Y, and Z. But I'll tell you what, I worked with the guy that's listing it before. This could be a nightmare. You're gonna hate this. Like you can take the house, we'll do it. I'll go through it for you. But this will not be smooth. This guy is, you know, X, Y, Z. Like he just isn't great to work with. So I gotta steer people away from that because I'm like, I need to make sure my client's taken care of. I don't trust this dude.
Also, your sanity, man. Like, you gonna let them know, like, yo, this is gonna be a headache. Let's avoid the headache.
Yeah, like I'm gonna be a worse person to you because I gotta deal with that guy.
Yeah.
And it's nothing I'm trying to do. It's just
It's just a headache.
the whole work environment created is not gonna be fun. Yeah, I've seen there's always like a correlation on like the agents that pay the buyer side less.
Yeah.
I always end up doing, without a doubt, 100% of the time I end up doing more work. I end up doing his job and my job, and I'm making so much less. So it's like, yeah, I want to be fairly compensated, but I don't want to get what I'm worth. But I also know these types of dudes, the ones that skimp out. Like, first of all, he's not a good enough agent to be able to negotiate with his own clients to get the pay rate he thinks he deserves. And then he's going to turn around and take it out on me by paying me less and his client by not doing the work he's supposed to. So it's always like the fun part of the conversation with like a seller of like, oh, why are you charging 6%? Because I'm worth it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm really worth it. Here's all the things you should actually sit through and listen to everything I'm gonna do for you. And then I always finish it with, and by the way, if I let you come in and beat me down to like 4 or 5%, how can you trust me to negotiate on your behalf? If I can't negotiate with you, what makes you gonna go negotiate with someone that negotiates all day, every day? It's always a helpful part of the selling my fees.
Yeah, usually people will charge like 3%.
Yeah, if you're the seller's agent, right? You
Yeah.
take 6 from them and give 3 to the buyer's agent. So like you'll find some where the listing agent will offer like 2%. And your first thought is, oh, he must have only got 4. It's like, no, he got the full 6, or he got 5, 5.5. He's just keeping most of it for himself.
Mm.
And that's increased a lot since the lawsuit settlement. Because now the buyer's agents, they have to go sign a paperwork, like starting in August, saying, hey, no matter what, my buyer is going to pay me X%. I'm going to make X%, whatever they agree to with their buyer, 3%, 2.5%, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So in theory, what's supposed to happen is if the seller isn't offering that full 3%, they're only offering 2%, the buyer is supposed to come up with the difference. So all of these listing agents are like, I'm still going to negotiate 6%, but I'm only going to offer 2% to the buyers, keep the 4% and let their buyers pay a difference.
Yeah.
So like it's mad shady because you know, like just because you pass this law doesn't mean buyers all of a sudden have more money. Like everyone's using every dollar they can to get the best house they can for their family.
Yeah.
They don't have the extra 1-2% to pay their agent, so we're gonna come around. Good buyers agents are negotiating it from the seller still. Oh, I need you to cover an extra 1% of the purchase price towards closing costs, so my buyer can afford to pay me and afford to close on the house. It's like you're still having to pay it as a seller. So like, yeah, the lawsuit's good in that it, formalizes and puts a legal paperwork on buyer's agent. Really, the people that come out the best are the buyer's agents, because now it's formalized. I'm getting my same rate no matter what, just like a listing agent who can go out and tell sellers all the time, this is what I'm charging. At least the good ones, hey, this is what I'm charging, this is what I'm worth, kind of thing. You can do it on the buy side. The sellers are still gonna have to end up paying it, because
it doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. Buyers' pockets didn't change just because you have a lawsuit. You just moved where in the agreement you're gonna do it. So I was always advised my sellers, like, you might as well still offer 6, because I'm worth it and that buyer's agent is worth it, and even if they're not, or I should say if they are worth it, they're still gonna get the 3% from you anyway.
Wash up, sir. Go shampoo your man, then
It's like the most relaxing part.
but you know what? 10 times 10, that's what everybody says. Yeah, if I get rid of that. how's the market now, man? Is the market?
It's slow. So like, if you want to sell your house, it's going to take a minute right now. Mainly because they have not brought the rates down. They haven't really raised them that much, the Federal Reserve. But I had a client just close at like 7.25% interest as a buyer. Yeah. So their house was 340, I want to say, and their mortgage is going to be just a little bit more than mine, probably like $100. But I bought it at 375 3 years ago.
And what they bought at?
340. So like, the good thing is that means prices are a little bit lower than they were like even 6 months ago.
Yeah.
That's because, you know, people can literally not afford to pay as high as they were. So buyers are getting a little bit more leeway now to like not pay full price or get concessions from sellers and have them pay for things and get things repaired, as opposed to like a year ago when it was like, yeah, whatever the seller says goes. Like, if people can afford to buy right now, yeah, go ahead and do it. Because the biggest problem with like everyone that's waiting for like rates to drop is like, it's you and everybody else that you know.
Yeah, pretty much the goddamn country.
Yeah, the whole country's waiting for rates to come down, so we're gonna have,
right when it does, it's a bidding war.
it's an instant bidding war. It's like, you remember the craziness in 2020 and 2021? It's gonna be that.
You couldn't even.
I would like legit lock doors in those years and get a text from the agent like, hey, if you want to submit now, because we got a bid that we really like and we're gonna take. I'm like, I literally just put your key back. What you mean? Like, so many houses my wife and I missed out on by 2 hours, 1 hour.
That's crazy.
Like, I would send it to her while she's at work, and by the time she gets back to me, like, ooh, I just got a message from the agent saying they're calling for highest and best offers by tonight, so I don't even know if it's worth it for us to go see it. So it's like, back then the strategy was, look, 20, 30, 40,000 below what your top is, because you're gonna end up spending your top to get that house anyway. Whereas now it's like, oh, you can look 5, 10 over your top, because we will probably be able to get it negotiated down. Yeah, especially if the house has been sitting a while. You can find like a house that's been in the market for a month and a half, and it's maybe even 20K over your top. We can still get you that house. Unless it's a perfect house. Perfect houses still have bidding wars right now.
Yeah, on my client, he just sold his house and he was on the market for 23 days. Yeah, one of the big houses though, it was like 5 days and 30
Yeah. 23 days is pretty good for that size house. Those ones tend to sit longer.
Yeah, the little man, I guess he was in one of the weird neighborhoods.
And the other thing people need to look at is brand new, because those interest rates are unbeatable. Like my best friend just closed on a new construction up in Mount Dora.
That's what my area, they're in Houston, so. They building one right behind my house.
Oh wow. This is what's the neighborhood? I want to say Timber Walk.
Oh yeah, I know what I said. Yeah, he just got the one over there right off Brown Lake.
His rate was like 2-3 percentage points better than.
Yeah, they in the 5s and 6s. Right?
The problem is they're moving so fast, they're like missing stuff. Like he's already had to put in like 2 or 3 warranty claims that he closed 2 weeks ago.
Oh shit.
Yeah. He had a massive leak in his master bathroom.
Yeah, I had a leak through my ventilation system.
It was, same for him. like right where it dumped out on his, right
Yeah.
where the air was supposed to come out for his bathroom.
Yeah.
Nothing but water during a rainstorm.
That happened to me. Same issue, bro.
I'm like, yeah, that's a great deal, but make sure you get that inspected. Make sure you are on top of everything. And you have to hound them because they tried to tell him that, oh, that's just what roofs do sometimes. Like, it's not covered.
No.
Like, no, this is the exact
I had-
opposite.
I had both of them. I had the roofers come out and the electrician come out to make sure.
They don't have it again.
Yeah, the light fixture, the wires got to be replaced for the water damage.
Yeah, he had to call the construction foreman. He's like, hey, this is what the office is trying to tell me. And you and I both know this ain't true.
They don't want to get sued, man.
Yeah.
They don't want to get sued.
The crazy thing to me is that their office put that in writing. I'm like, you sent me an email saying this is just what roofs do? That you don't cover this? I'm your friend right now.
Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
So I'm like, that's insane to say to somebody.
That's just what roofs do.
Like, that is not, like, I have legitimately 5 roofers friends. 5 of them.
Yeah, I got a guy, well, he owns a roofing company. There's no way he'll tell me.
Yeah. I'm like, the funny thing is so that best friend, his house backs up to our other friend that is a roofer. And
Yeah.
the company that roofer works for, that guy owns the windows and doors company my best friend works for. So he's like, yeah, my firm is partnered with a roofing company. I know for a fact that's not what they do. My boss owns a roofing company. Like, of all of the clients they could have said that to, this was the wrong one.
That's crazy.
But other than the construction issues, new construction is the way to go.
Yeah, you gotta make sure it's the right one.
Right builder and right community.
Yeah, man. But everything's going towards my stones, my door uses, and we were telling him all that shit. These doors,
Mineola and Groveland are getting a lot of new construction too.
which one?
Mineola and Groveland, like out past Fairmont.
Yeah. That's what was in that Claremont area. Yeah. It seems like just period like Lake County. Anything in Lake County.
Yeah, Lake County is booming right now. It's because of the highways, like connecting Lake County to Orange County, so much easier now. But yeah, Eustis's price points are incredible. Like what you can get for $400,000 in Eustis is going to cost you like 5-6 in Mineola or even Claremont proper.
Yeah, 'cause, I got we live in a 4-2, 2,000 square feet. And there's one floor, so, which I prefer.
Yeah. So it's crazy how hard that is to find. Like,
Man, because they don't want to stretch it out like that, man.
Yeah, they'd rather go up so they can put more houses on the
Yeah, man. They rather go up with it, man.
I don't want to go up. I want to go out.
Out. They want to put them things on top. They want to do the stairs, man. I want to be on stairs,
The
bro.
stairs is the worst.
Especially if you got kids, man.
This was like the space on a 2,000 square foot 2-story
Yeah.
feels tighter than a 2,000 square foot 1-story. Because you're just putting 2,000 square foot boxes on top of each other.
Yeah, so it's just like, it's like thousand.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like if my house cut in half. You just like,
stack it on top.
Yeah.
So it's like the kitchens are usually smaller.
yeah.
The rooms are a little tighter.
And then it's like because of the stacking, the floor spacing has to need more beams and
Mm-hmm.
walls and
Yeah.
structure.
If they do it right.
If they do it right.
There was one, I think it was Lennar. My wife was an intern when she was in college there. And they had her, quote unquote, designing like their home floor plans. Like just copy pasting and making slight adjustments. And I'm like, you just gonna let interns in college design my house? Like, that's not cool with me. Like, I didn't know this was designed by like an actual professional, someone that's been putting house floor plans together for a couple of decades.
That's wild.
So that was when I was like, I'm not gonna buy a Lennar house. And there are other things. They just
That's great. I bought a townhome. It was like the first one was like a Lennar townhome, and it was it was the worst built townhome I ever been. But you bought it before it was built. So you couldn't even say that. The only thing you do is like complain.
There's one of their communities in like Apopka from a decade ago. They actually like the original owners, so like the first people that bought it there, all got together and sued.
Oh.
What's funny is the person we bought this house from and our inspector for this house both lived in that community. That's how we found out about it. They both lived in that community. They're talking about it, like, oh yeah, don't ever buy Lennar, I lived here. And the inspector's like, wait, you live there? I live there too. So one of them actually got in on the lawsuit, the other didn't.
kids, man?
The one's good. She's 2 now, and man, she's 2 now.
She is 2?
Yeah. I'm like, man, where all these back ass come from?
Sassy, huh?
Her new favorite one is to act like she don't hear us when we tell her to do something. Like, I had one a couple hours ago, actually. I was like, hey, you finished your yogurt tube, go put it in the trash. And she just pretended like she didn't hear us, tried to go play games. I'm like, alright, it's nap time, because obviously your ears are tired. Because I know
Your ears
you
are tired?
She's like smart.
Man,
It's
man, mine's getting there too, bro.
like, why do you understand me so well? Like, this is a little too much. This is more than I anticipated at this age. And then earlier this year, April, we found out we were pregnant with number 2. So we just had the first ultrasound last week before.
Okay.
As either a big baby or they told us a week
Pretty much,
sooner.
very much you having a January baby.
Yep, late January. It's funny because my mother-in-law's birthday is late January. And my father-in-law's birthday is June, so our daughter, her birthday's in June. Just like my father-in-law. So this one will have the same birth month as my mother-in-law.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
So like, oh, okay, so the 3rd, we gotta get it in the same month as my mom, just so everybody has one.
Y'all gonna have 3?
So far, that's the plan.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes with 2. One of my best friends, he had said the same thing. Like, yeah, we want 3. They had 2 girls, and he's like, you know what? I think I'm done.
I think I'm pretty good. I think I'm okay with that.
I'm mostly just glad
That's
the
right.
oldest is gonna be like 2.5 when this one comes. So I'm like, I should be dealing with less of the baby stuff over there.
Yeah, so by the time then, yeah, it'd be. That's the deal. So your daughter be 3, all going on 3, and the baby by the time you get 4 be 1. And baby girl gonna be healthy because she's gonna be like, she's gonna love her. The 7, man, bro. Like my kid, bro, they love playing with her baby sister, bro.
Oh, that's precious.
Bro, it's like I don't have to worry about it. If I take her around now, I just sit her down, bro. They gonna play with her. It be a little rough. I gotta watch them just make sure they don't do no crazy. They boys, bro. They trying to grab it.
Oh, jeez.
Bro, like stop grabbing that face, bro. If you want to grab her face, bro, like yo, you just can't grab her face, bro.
Yeah, you
Like,
gotta be gentle. So, like, I have slight worries about my daughter, just because she plays like full force, and I don't think she knows how to slow down just yet. But like, I'll watch her with her like.
I'm talking about a 6, 5-year-old. Bro.
Yeah, they should know how to play gentle. That's gonna be tough. Like,
You know
watch her
what
with
I'm
the
saying?
baby dolls, and I'm like, ooh, she cannot hold this baby on advice. Like, someone's got to watch her, because the way she plays with those dolls is no, you're not gonna.
No.
She'll like, pick them up by the foot, or like she's like, oh, I'm gently patting their back. She's smacking that baby. I'm like, I'm gonna watch you every time you hold this baby. Let me get the glasses back on.
The crafty mirrors, man.
Oh yeah, that's clean.
Yeah, man. You ready for the office, buddy?
Mm-hmm. Like, I came back to run things.
Yo, they hired me, bro. Oh, hey, man. I'm gonna have me some Ferragamo's on. You know what I mean? I'll walk up in here.
Y'all gonna put me in a corner office soon?
Yeah, I need my own window.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back. Welcome back. 40. 40, 40. Simple. It goes up from there. Yeah, we was talking about, somebody said, how much for a cut? Hey, man, start off at 40 now. It goes up from there, sir. Everybody always ask the prices. They love price checking on me. That's all they do. Price check!